Illinois has a new target, or I don't know how new the target necessarily is, but it's a new offer as of yesterday. Trey Maddox is a new basketball offer from Brad Underwood, Orlando, Antigua, and staff. Trey Maddox, small forward, 24/7, lists him as a 6'6", 180-pound small forward from Gray Academy. 116th rated player in their ranking system, 4-star prospect. That seems pretty consensus from jumping through the other sites as well, like ESPN and On3. This guy's like a fringe top 100 4-star type. There is some places listing him as a guard. I know when we do positional diagnosis on this channel with recruits, sometimes people like to be very nitpicky with the way we describe these guys. He is listed as a small forward, as a wing, but there are some sites that kind of refer to him write-ups as more of a guard. So I think he has some guard skills to him. Give me the breakdown on Trey Maddox.
So I feel like right now and this summer, Trey Maddox has been one of the kids, and he was playing on the UAA circuit, so the Under Armour circuit. And a lot of guys were coming to maybe watch his team or watch even somebody else on his team or watch the people that he was playing against. Not to say that he's not a very good prospect. He's regarded as the #1 player in the state of South Carolina by many recruiting services. But you walk into the gym and you see this 6'7" wing who's got who's cut but could also fill out with all this athleticism. And you just see these very glaring highlight level plays when he's driving to the rim or making these shots. And a lot of it is like, okay, that's like projectable physical tools, some attributes he has that are translatable to the college level. I could see how maybe some people haven't taken notice of him, but also like if the right program gets him, you can project him as a high level wing. Like he gives off, and I don't like to put wings in this box a lot, but a 6'7" wing with his measurables and his athleticism, with the ability to actually hit some shots, like that'd be the prototypical 3-and-D player, like a
Yeah.
beyond college, you know what I'm saying? So I think that him being like 117th is what you said he had him at, like right in that range. Consensus is what it is, like
For
100.
24/7, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit low for him, only because like I don't think they're putting into play here what he could become, because the like I said, the tools, the frame, all that is there. Like you just
Yep.
watch his highlights. Like he's above the rim. He's punching on folks. He's got some mid-range stuff and some stuff that I watch. He had the ability to hit the three as well. Um, but yeah, I think he's a very intriguing prospect with like glaring upside if he continues to grow and gets in the right program.
You covered all my notes there. I had notes that I was going to get to on Trey. You basically hit every single bullet point. So I feel pretty good when we're aligned on seeing a guy the same way. 3-and-D was my biggest thing. Like I think that's what I see in his future at the college level. That's not to say he's limited in any way, but he's a super springy, bouncy athlete. Like that's the triple star on the scouting report. Like you can see his athleticism translate in real game footage, in live action, and it just kind of screams at you. It's not quiet athleticism, it's loud. But also like in layup lines, this dude's gonna put on a show. This dude would be a great money ball performer. And I think like that should give you some hope he could be a big time producer at the college level. The only thing with that right now is I would summarize his game as like knocking down open jumpers and jumping out the gym. That's most of it to me. And defending, like I think you can add defense to it. I think he projects as a high impact defender right away. But I don't see the in between stuff, if that makes sense, right? Kind of like a
Right,
play finisher. He'll catch a
right,
lob, he'll shoot, he'll make shots, but I don't think he's going to like navigate pick and roll super fluently on his own as a ball handler. I don't think he's creating shots for himself off the dribble very much, at least not super successfully. I don't really see a lot of like driving to the rim in isolation situations. So maybe that stuff can come. But when you add it all together, I think it feels pretty good. Like you said, he's a little underrated at 1/117th or whatever 24/7 has him at. That feels
Mhm.
about right to me. One, because I think this class is awesome, and two, because I don't think he's a super polished product yet. He's a good upside swing, but I don't see him as like a ready-made first year guy. I think if he were to come to Illinois, much like a lot of other talented players who have come through Illinois in his range in the recruiting services, he's probably not playing right away. Like
Right.
even if they're rebuilding a full roster, I would assume Brad's trying to get some like 23-year-old guys from the portal that are a little more starter ready than him. But again, that doesn't mean he won't be a great player down the line. His upside could be big. He could honestly, looking at this year's team and comparing it, I think this guy would be the best athlete on the wing that Illinois has had come through since Shannon. Like to me, he's probably a bouncier athlete than any of the wings on this year's team. No.
Yeah, I mean, he's got crazy athleticism.
Yeah.
Like he's
Looking through the other schools that offered him, just quickly, Illinois is like kind of swooping in here and making a
mhm.
play. That would be my read. His previous offers, as far as his timeline goes, per 24/7, in order: Florida State, USF, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, UCF, Radford, Boston College, Jacksonville, East Carolina, Jacksonville State, LSU, Illinois, and then Georgia Tech, all at the same time here. Interesting list there. I think that's a list that speaks to being ranked outside of the top 100. What's the read on the list?
I mean, I think people are just kind of getting in on him, right? Like I think that he had a pretty big summer, which I think is gonna get some more offers like Illinois rolling in. Um, but also like I think the unfortunate part about it is in today's day and age, sometimes these kids that are in this recruiting range, given like guys can go to the portal or they want to recruit higher, like sometimes these guys need a coach or a program to like kind of step up and take notice and see that there's something there. And I mean, the list you just said, Illinois might be the first big program to kind of be in the fold here and
Yeah.
step up. So, you know, I think that's kind of the situation, um, with Trey.
Do you like that move from Brad and staff? Because last we talked, I think I was kind of imploring them to do something like this. Like, hey, it's great that we're throwing our name around with Caden Boozer, but also like, can we recruit some dudes who will actually come to Illinois? And I like this is the polar extreme opposite of that, right?
Right. No, 100%. And like, it's a very winnable recruitment given the list right now. And also, like, I would predict him as a multi-year player. Now, granted, he could improve greatly, make a jump, and maybe make a leap to another to the next level. You never really know what's going to happen with that because this guy has the physical tools, like I said. But I think it'd be good to get a guy like him too to possibly have some continuity too with the team. Like
Yeah.
have a guy for a year or two.
Yeah, I like that play for sure. Yeah, I mean, if I'm Trey Maddox and I get a phone call from Brad Underwood, given my current list, I think I commit on the spot. That's just speaking for me, but like, I don't know that I would wait because I don't think the big blue blood schools are coming calling here. So you might just be like waiting around for other Illinois, and I don't think you're gonna find a more fun Illinois than Illinois.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, do you remember where Charles Matthews was ranked in high school?
I want to say he was like a true 4-star in
Was
the 50 to 70 range.
50-70 range? Okay.
Yeah. Let me check on that though. Why, you see some Matthews and Maddox?
A little bit, yeah.
I don't hate that. Charles Matthews was 42nd in ESPN's top 100,
Okay.
75th in 24/7s.
Okay. And then went to Kentucky and then transferred to mid. I do get some vibes of Charles Matthews from him.
I really like that comp. Damn, that's good. I'm
Yeah.
mad at myself for not thinking of
I
that.
feel I feel good about that one.
Yeah. Although Charles Matthews couldn't really shoot. You buy Maddox jumper more or no?
But Charles Matthews kind of became a respectable shooter towards the end, no, or no? Am I wrong
By
on
the end of it, but he was like low 30s the whole time.
that? Okay. Yeah, I might buy Maddox's jumper more than Charles Matthews, which would make him better than Charles Matthews.
Matthews was such an elite defender. I
That
think,
I think that's the difference. I don't think that Maddox is the defender that Matthews was.
yeah, but frame and just archetype wise, I like that a lot. It's a
Yeah.
good one. I like this offer, and this I feel like this is what I was kind of wanting the Illinois staff to do is just balance the splashy big name 5 stars with some more reasonable targets, and I think this is a good development for Illinois. So kudos, Brad Underwood and Orlando Antigua. Cart, you know what I love about you?
That I'm handsome?
You're reliable. I can count on you. Honestly, you remind me of Aaron Henry a little bit. Remember when, like, their back was against the wall, nothing was going right, and man just showed up every day. He didn't make excuses. There were no problems, there were just solutions.
Sounds like me.
That's you. And it also reminds me of Duncan Mechanical Solutions, because if you're looking for quality furnace repair, look no further than the heating and air experts that you can trust. Comfort and quality are their standard. They're an HVAC company that serves Northeast Indiana and Southern Michigan, whether it's heating and air conditioning, plumbing, kitchen and bath remodeling, or emergency services when you need them most. Duncan Mechanical Solutions has reliable service that you can count on. Cart, remember when your basement almost exploded?
I remember when my basement almost exploded. I remember when my furnace itself was acting funny. I remember when my AC was acting funny. I wish I had Duncan in my back pocket. I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been anywhere in northern Indiana or southern Michigan that hasn't been perfectly cool or perfectly warm, depending on when the day called for. And that's because of Duncan Mechanical Solutions. They are the presenting sponsor for the month of July. Shout out to Duncan Mechanical Solutions. Go to duncanmechanicalsolutions.com to learn more.